Hello, good evening, and welcome once again to IceTime.TV live from the Viola Arena in Cardiff Bay as the Cardiff Devils take on the Coventry Blaze, and it's Pride Night here in the Viola. It is going to be an evening of positivity, inclusion, and a great ice hockey game to boot. Gareth Hewish alongside Ollie Hampson, and Ollie, a great success last year, the Pride Night, hosted by the Cardiff Devils. Again tonight, you're looking around this rink, there's lots of rainbow attire, and it's just, personally for me, one of the highlights of the season when the Pride Night is put on.
Exactly, it's a great night as well. I think everyone's really pumped up for the game, whichever team they're facing. But it's a great thing to see the Cardiff Devils soon. I think, especially given what's been going around social media regarding the league this week as well. It's important to have a night like this, just to remind everyone that hockey is a family sport. It's for everyone. You know, it doesn't matter where you come from or anything about that. You know, it's for everyone to watch the games. And like you said at the start there, it's a fantastic night, but it should be a fantastic game too.
It certainly should, and we'll get straight to the previewing of tonight. We'll start with the visitors, the Coventry Blaze, and I think there's only one place to start when you're looking at this Coventry roster, Ollie. For me, that's Ben Lake.
Exactly, he made his GB debut midweek and got a goal as well. It's one of his typical goals as well. He's got such unbelievable hands. He's a real bright spark in his Coventry Blaze team right now. He's the guy who's going to help them push towards the playoff spot. He's shown that he can do it here in the Viola Arena before this season. You know, he's an unbelievable skater, great hands, great shot, great vision all over the ice. He's tied for the league lead in points right now with 56 with Mike Hammond. You know, he's a fantastic player. He's one I'm sure many clubs would love, and I'm sure if he went to most clubs around the league, he'd walk into a first-line role as well. So he's a great player for the Blaze to have this year.
Offense hasn't really been the problem for the Blaze this year. It hasn't really been the story of their season. One position I think you can zero in on for a real kind of problem area for them has been in the netminding department. Mika Vikman was brought in when Kevin Nastyuk wasn't able to take up that position, and that's a real blow. That has been a real blow for them, because Nastyuk looked like he was really going to build on an excellent first season in the league. They're currently with Mike Hackett, who probably hasn't brought the solid foundation they were hoping for. He clearly has the pedigree. How do you assess his start to the Elite League thus far, Ollie?
It's not been great by any stretch of the imagination. I think a lot of fans can just be upfront and honest and say they've expected a lot more out of him, and he's not delivered on it. You know, he's not looking as though he's played a couple of games in the NHL right now, but, you know, it's always one game to have that coming out party, and it would be a great one for him to come out tonight and do it. You know, he is a good goaltender. He's shown that throughout his career. Just had a very rocky start. And I think the Blaze as a whole, like you said, they've had absolutely no issue finding the back of the net. It's keeping pucks out of their own net that's been the issue right now. I think in January, I think they were the top or second top goal scoring team, but they were also one of the worst for goals against. They had about 39 goals for, 37 against in that spell. So for them, it's going to be a good offense that's going to test the Devils, but they need to shore up defensively. And I believe as well, Justin Hache is still out suspended as well, so that's less help for Hackett if he isn't going to have one of his come-out nights tonight. But no, it's not been a great start for him. Hopefully it turns around for him, but I'm sure Devils fans will agree. Hopefully it's not tonight, though.
Switching to the home team, and the big news coming out of the game sheet is that Joey Haddad returns to the lineup. That is a huge boost for the Devils in this title run-in.
Exactly, and like you said to us before we went live, you thought that if Haddad was there for that Nottingham game and that Manchester game, maybe the Devils would have walked away with some points in that one. He's one of the best puck retention guys, so strong on his skates as well. It's good to see him back, because he's missed a large chunk of time. He's doing well up to that point as well, with 27 points on the year. So that's a guy, especially given the injury and suspension now that are affecting the Devils at this point of the season, that's the guy that you want to get back and healthy, get him back into a game routine. I think he's going to be on line with James Livingston and Matthew Pope tonight, which I think is going to be a really good line. But to have him back right now against Coventry, going into tomorrow night's game as well, getting him ready for that important doubleheader against Belfast, that could be a real difference maker when it comes to the title.
Devils fans obviously delighted he's back, but I think one thing I think we should touch upon is just how Matthew Myers stood up into that Haddad role over the past couple of weeks. He's been imperious on the penalty kill and moved up to that third line center role. He really seemed to take on that added responsibility Great for the Devils now that they have a 1-2 punch in terms of that role.
Exactly. It's good to see that Matthew Myers steps up. You know, he's coming towards the twilight ends of his career. He's not quite there yet. He's still got some juice left in those legs, but you know, he's one of the best penalty killers this league's ever seen, I would say. You know, the play he has against the Bolts, we saw it as well in GB action midweek against Dynamo Riga. He was unbelievable whenever there was a player in the box, and for him to step up into that role as well with Haddad out injured, it's great to see for Andrew Law to have those options, that if someone is out injured, it's not a case of panic and just readjust the lines to try and cope without them. You can just call one guy up, give him a little bit extra responsibility, and he's going to take it and run with it. It's the good part of the Andrew Lord system with the Cardiff Devils. So it's really good to see that Matthew Myers did that. But now coming back in with Joey Haddad in the lineup, it allows Myers to go back to playing his style of game, a few less minutes, and Haddad to really jump back into this, thrown in the deep end as well against a tough team like Coventry. They may be down in the standings, but they are still quite a tough team to play.
Finally, Ori, before we take a short break before the intro, for you tonight, what do the Coventry Blaze need to do in order to get some points on the board for their playoff push?
They don't need to change anything going forward. That's the thing that's been the real talking point for them is, they're not that good. But I think they are a good side, especially offensively. They've got some really good goal scorers in Ben Lake, Nick Oforic, who's on a 10-game point streak right now, and Tim Crowder's doing very well. It's that depth scoring. They need a bit more from their lower lines, a bit more from guys like Luke Farrar, who's having a good season himself, but they need to have him chip in to take the attention away from their top guys. And defensively, it's going to be a struggle with Hache out suspended still, I believe. And with Matt Hackett not playing that well, they really need to shore up defensively. But if they're running with a shorter bench on that back end, it's going to be a tough night for the Coventry Blades. They're going to need to really shut the Devils down early on, try and get a couple of goals early as well, and just defend the lead, park the bus, a Jose Mourinho style, but just hopefully not fall on the ice like he did in the KHL earlier this week as well.
Yeah, it's not been a good sports season for Jose Mourinho, has it? That was the icing on the cake for him. We are going to take a short break now, just a bit of housekeeping for you. Please turn flash scores notifications off. There will be some latency issues with streaming. That's the nature of the beast, and we don't want any scores to be spoiled for you while you are watching. You can also get in contact with us at IceTime.TV. Tell us how you're watching, give us some predictions, keep interacting with us as the game goes on. We're going to take a short break now, but we'll be back in time for the intro and then all of the action. Cardiff Devils, Coventry Blaze, live on IceTime.TV. Don't go anywhere.
champions.
Hello, ice hockey fans. Welcome to the Viola Arena. Please get out of your seat. Make some noise for your Peacocks Cardiff Devils!
Good evening and welcome back to IceTime.TV as the champions, the Cardiff Devils, make their way onto the ice for what is Pride Night here at the Viola Arena, and the Cardiff Devils take on the Coventry Blaze. Two teams with very different missions, but two very vital points that will help both of their causes. The Devils need 2 points to maintain their lead atop the Elite League, whereas the Coventry Blaze are in a real dogfight with 5 other teams in order to make the postseason playoffs. What's going to happen? We're about to find out. It's Gareth Hewish alongside Ollie Hampson, and Ollie, the Blaze making the Devils wait a little bit here at the intro. Maybe a little early mind games.
Yeah, possibly a few mind games early on there from Danny Stewart's men as they finally come out on the ice right now. But like you said, the Coventry Blaze right now, they're in a bit of a dogfight for that final playoff place, but there's still a few playoff places to go. I think for the Coventry Blaze right now, they're, I think, what, 3 points out of 5th place right now, but they've still got a couple of games in hand, so I got no doubt they'll be making the playoffs this season. So I hope they have a good showing tonight and they'll have a good playoff push.
So we are going to await the players to take their time at the blue line here. If you missed the earlier team news, Joey Haddad is back for the Devils, recovering from injury that he sustained against the Blaze last time they were in this building. And Ollie, just heard the reaction from the crowd as they heard him announce to the ice.
Yeah, he gets a big ovation there when he comes back on the ice. His first game back in quite some time. You know, it's good to have Joey Haddad back in the lineup. He's a fantastic player. Like we said before the game starts, his ability with the puck as a strong forward, it's something that the Devils have missed. They've coped without it, but they've definitely missed him. And some team news for the Coventry Blaze as well. Tom Flogquist is back in the lineup as he was a bit of a game time decision today.
He was indeed. He took warm-up to see how he would do, and he's made the cut. But one player that hasn't made the trip is Jordan Headley. He will not be back up tonight, Ollie.
No, that's a shame for the Coventry Blaze. I thought that Jordan Headley, whenever I've seen him play this year, and we've seen a bit of him here in Cardiff, I thought he's done absolutely fantastic. I rate him very highly as a young backup in this league. You know, it's a shame for him to miss it out through injury. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but they are going to have Christian Coyle from the Solent Devils in the NIHL 1, I believe, backing up Matt Hackett tonight. So for the Blaze, it's lucky it's not their starting goalie, but it's a hell of a backup to lose.
It certainly is, and we're going to drop out here as the pre-game ceremonial face-off takes place, and then it'll be followed by the Welsh national anthem.
The singing of the Welsh national anthem.
So here we go. There's a strong Coventry contingent in the away block. Only that race at the bottom is so tight. From 5th position to 10th position, any of those teams could make the playoffs or indeed miss out.
Yeah, I think at this point in the season, there's only one team you can really rule out that playoff hunt, is that's the Milton Keynes Lightning. Coventry right now, I think they're 10th in the league, but they've got a couple of games in hand over the teams above them. They're only a couple of points behind them as well. So, a win tonight could see them really jump up the table. It's one of the most exciting playoff pushes we've seen for quite some time in the Elite League. It's a really close race at the top between the Cardiff Devils, and like you said last week, Nottingham is sort of in that no man's land situation, then the rest of it is wide open. There's any number of teams could miss the playoffs. I honestly believe Coventry won't be one of those that miss out.
Bold prediction. Oh yeah, and cut the legs off of my question for later on in the night. But it's okay, it's cool. We are about ready for face-off. 2 vital Elite League points between 2 storied rivals. The Devils want to maintain their title charge. The Blaze want to get in those playoff positions. And we are going to see which team get those vital points as the Devils turn over in the offensive zone. It's a poke check by Joey Martin. He'll pick up the puck. Lays it off and the Devils will set up in the Blaze zone. Langley shoots, and that's an early touch of the puck for Hackett.
Early action there from Matt Hackett. Deals that very well, but it was a bit of a bad pass to set up that pass to play. But all you got to do for the Cardiff Devils is give them an inch and they'll take a mile. You see that straight away. They get down low, they take that pass away, and they just go to work, cycling the puck down low, trying to get that shot off. And Hackett with a good save though.
Fournier at center ice. Throws it to the right wing, and be interesting to see if the lines for the Devils stay like this. Joey Martin sent out with Mike Hedden and Charles Langley as the Devils turn it over now at neutral ice, and the Blaze look to dump it in. But it falls to Richardson. Hedden putting pressure on Chris Joyer, but he finds the pass through, and now Coventry will look to get their first attack, but they go into the zone offside.
Yeah, like you said as well, it'd be interesting to see what the lines actually look like for the Cardiff Devils. Charles Langley or just there out on the first shift with Joey Martin. I think with Joey Haddad coming into the lineup, it's forced Angelo to make a couple of changes. I think in warm-ups I saw him out on the ice with James Livingston and Matt Pope, so that's a good line combination. Right now Matthew Myers is centering with Sam Duggan and Jake Morissette. So again, another good combination for Andrew Luck.
Livingston with his first goal last week against the Sheffield Steelers, and he really looks to be settling into things as a Devil as Matthew Myers throws a hit behind the net, and it was a little late in its interpretation of the current rules, but the officials let that one slide.
I think that was more Jake Morissette had the guy lined up behind the net. I think Matthew Myers just more trying not to hit his own teammate there. Unfortunately, he ends up with a pretty heavy hit behind the net, and like you said, it was a bit late, so it was interesting to see the officials let that one go.
Schistel releases Hedden, who's back on the ice after an early shift, around for Dixon. Bentivolio. Thrown at net by Mark Lewis, and this time Hackett again tracks the puck well.
Yeah, good reactions there from Matt Hackett. I don't think he knew too much about the initial save there. I think he may have taken a slight deflection and caught him on the patch. You see him just fighting that puck a little bit just to try and get something on that one, and does well to recover. See the puck down in the blue paint and cover that one up to get the whistle.
Back to the blue line, but Josh Batch can't keep that puck alive, so the Devils will restart their attack. It's been a fairly good start for the home team. Get the sense Coventry haven't quite settled into things as yet, but here's Noble, who's been in every situation in his career as a Blaze player, and his experience will be vital to the Blaze down the stretch.
Yeah, so what you will about Kevin Noble. I like the way he plays. He knows his role. He knows that he's not going to win many fans from away teams. If you're a Blaze fan, you probably love him though. He does his role very, very well, and it's good to see him getting out assistant captain role as well. Assistant coach role, I apologize, as well as assistant captain actually. So it's good to see it paying off for him. He's been a great servant to this club over the last couple of years.
Certainly box office as the Devils roll through. Pope leads a pass, and the one-timer is blocked by the Coventry Blaze defence, but the Devils look to move the puck forward again. Pope with a bit of a sight of goal, and he elects to get a better angle at net as the puck bobbles into the air. No one quite knew where it was, but it's fallen to a white jersey, and the break is on for the Blaze. Shoots into the glove of Ben Bounds, who makes his first save of the night.
That's why you got to watch for if you're the Cardiff Devils. Nikolai Brinisven, he's been very good so far this season for the Coventry Blaze. He's a very offensive-minded defenseman, big body as well. So if you're going back on him, he can lay a big punishing hit. But he's got a great shot as well, as you see him walk across the blue line there and challenge Ben Bounds early on, but Bounds got the better of him with a glove save.
Brinisven, possibly one of the signings and finds of the off-season. Not a lot known about him coming in, but like Cali Akrid at Guildford, has made a big impact as the Devils come back the other way, and it's Langley. Hedden. Richardson into Langley. Hedden just about keeps possession. He was under pressure from Folquist, and the Devils look to set up once more. Shots in, but blocked, and the Blaze clear.
Yeah, very aggressive defensive work there from the Coventry Blaze. Got a stick in the lane very early on, just breaking up any opportunity. If you see there's another poke check. Nikolai Brinisven did well as well. As I said, very good in his own end.
Here's Fournier on the charge, and since that wonder goal against the Manchester Storm, a lot of teams have been trying to suffocate his route to net, but he found a little something here, and that was Schistel and Matthew Myers. Morissette with a blast and a blocker save away. Myers again through traffic. Hackett gets it to safety, and now Venus is under duress. Venus battling away. And the Blaze managed to clear their lines, and Florian rides a hit coming in from the back-checking Devils player Schistel. Now Reddick loses the puck, and it's back to the blue line for the Blaze. Chris Joy with a drive, and this time it's Bounds with a pad.
Yeah, great shift there from Dominic Florian. Does very well just to avoid that check coming in from Drew Schistel, and then very good play at the back as well to cut out that and keep it alive on the forecheck.
Matthew Myers with a strong work in the Blaze zone, and Joya with a bit of a mistimed clearance, and now the Devils are going to work in the offensive zone once more. Another hit comes in from the Devils, and now it's fallen for the Blazers. Crowder. Noble tried to get the puck back to Crowder, but the play breaks down. A risky Spinorama backhand pass from Sean Bendevolio. Gets away with it. But, almost didn't.
Yeah, very, very risky. Wonder whether or not that's the Devils a bit underappreciative of their opponents tonight. A very risky play.
Here's Haddad. Driving towards net, and Hackett gets a leg on it. But there's a cameo. What the Devils have been missing, the directness of Joey Haddad, and here he is again. Pope. Still with Pope. And it's going to be interesting to see what qualities this line with Haddad brings out of Matt Pope. There's another save from Bounds as the puck's loose. It's picked up by the Blaze, who get it back to the point. Trying to dance through Matt Pope, but they can't do it. And now they'll look to set up once more. Here's Morris. Clements. The scrum leads to Livingston picking up the loose puck, and now he'll send Haddad away, but Haddad's been out for a while, so he'll dump it in for a change.
Yeah, smart move there from Haddad. Just waste a bit of time, allow for the rest of his linemen to get a change, so as he dumps that one in, there is a chance of the Devils recovering it. Turnover
again from Coventry in their own zone, and they can't afford too many more of these before the Devils capitalise, and they may do here. Langley through, and was looking for a tip or something, didn't quite get it, and the Devils still with it. Another tip, another save from Hackett, and it breaks to behind his net, but the Devils are inching closer. Schistel. Devils get over the blue line. Hedden. Down and around the goal line for Hedden once more. Into Langley, who couldn't get it onto his stick. He tried to feed Martin, and this line's looking to gain early chemistry as the Blaze come the other way. It's right there, and it's found its way through. The puck bobbled its way to Sean Pauly, and he bundles it into the net, and it's a smash and grab from the visitors.
Yeah, just against the runner play there as the puck comes down the other way. It's a nice little pass from Pauly to Alex Forbes, who does well just to avoid two Devils players, and then Pauly's there to pick up the scraps on the back door to really improve on his recent form as well. He had 2 goals 2 games ago. He adds another one tonight for the game's opening goal. A bit against the runner play though, so I'm sure the Devils will come back strong.
We talked about the Coventry offense in pre-game and just how dangerous they could be. We didn't talk about Pauly, who's just outside the top 3 scorers on this Blaze team, but they certainly have had scoring depth this year that maybe they didn't have in previous years, and it pays off for them here. Duggan though is coming the other way. Myers there to help him out. Duggan can't get a handle on the puck, and the Blaze come forward again. Crowder. Batch will just turn and assess his options.
Yeah, just to touch on what you said there as well about Sean Pauly. Over the last 10 games, he's scored in the last 8 of them. He's got 14 points over that period as well. Really improved his point total to 30 on the year. He's one of those depth guys that the Blaze really need to be running all around the ice right now, especially against a team with like the Devils when they're short benched on defense.
Here's a dad. Oh, Rutkiss, apologies. The 7 caught me out on these pride shirts. Right across, and Hackett tracks it again, and Rutkiss, who is looking to gain the rebound, gets a little shove from Noble, but a positive shift from Tom Rutkiss.
Tom Rutkiss has been great every game he's played for the Devils this year. He's on that 2-way again with Swindon. If you look, he just comes in, goes to net, he sees that puck's loose, and Kevin Noble's a bit slow to react there. You want a bit more from Kevin Noble to stop him from even making any sort of contact with Matt Hackett. It's actually when he pushes him, that's where the contact is made. But you can see what the Blaze are doing right now. They're collapsing down low very early on to pick up any rebounds and stop the Devils playing that direct route to net.
Bendevolio this time with the puck hitting the backboards. Just looking to get the puck in and around Hackett, and that seems to be a theme for the Devils. They seem to be going very direct, getting that puck into that blue paint.
Exactly, just get someone in that slot area and try and get something going. You've got Stephen Dixon on the ice taking a face off right now. He's going to go straight to net as soon as the Devils get possession of the puck, I think.
And he's had to come back to get possession himself as the Blaze look to spring another attack, and they will do it. Nikiforuk with a nice backhand pass, but it's cut out by Fournier, but Fournier skates into trouble himself, and now the turnover for the Devils, and a chance for the Blaze to double their lead. Bounds has to come to the rescue.
And you wouldn't have bet against Nikiforuk missing on that one. I think for Nikiforuk, he's got points in his last 10, 52 points on the year in 41 games. He's a guy the Devils need to concentrate on all night long, as well as Ben Lake and as well as Tim Crowder. They're the real danger men for the Coventry Blaze. And like I said before the game, the Blaze need to try and go up early on, which they have. And they need to get another one now to really get themselves calmed down, knowing they're short benched.
Schistel brings that puck around the boards. Livingston waiting for that puck to come into his stride, but it doesn't. And now Reddick is moving forward, and now here's a dad. A dad under pressure, but as usual, retains possession for his team. But Reddick, the only route for him was out of the zone, and the Devils will have to restart the rush.
Exactly. You saw exactly what Joey Haddad's best at there. Just going behind the net, shielding the puck with his body, and laying a hit as well, even though he's in possession.
Here he is again, and this time he passes it across, looking for a chance for a teammate. Couldn't fashion one. This time was Pope as a hit from Braceman as he enters the zone, and that was a good hit from the Coventry Blaze defenseman.
Yeah, and I think Brinnisman's done all three things I said he's good at. He's had a good defensive shift, good shot on offense, and then he uses that big body to lay a big hit on Matt Pope there. Very clean, very good to hit to see as well. That's exactly how you want to hit in this game. You know, really separate man from body, but do it cleanly.
Crowd trying to lift their team as Clemens lost an edge around, but it's broken for the Blaze. There's a 2-on-1 for them if they can use it. They can use it. Crowder, what a save from Bounds! He used all of his huge frame, Ben Bounds, to deny Crowder on the breakaway.
Just desperation there from Ben Bounds. As you see, they break here on the left-hand side with Ben Lake, and Tim Crowder does so well to catch up. And you can see he pulls that to his backhand. You want him to get that shot up there. If he shoots on that backhand, it's a 2-0 game. But he tries to go forehand, so he doesn't anticipate Ben Bounds to lie down. Just put that arm out to stop any sort of movement along the ice. Very, very good save there from Ben Bounds.
But again, it's the exclamation mark from the Blaze about how dangerous their attacks can be. But the Devils are always happy that Ben Bounds is their last line of defense. So many times he's helped his team as Batch. It's a speculative one into the corner. Nikiforuk. Morissette forward for Duggan. Duggan can't find his way around Nikiforuk, and he'll go to the bench for a change. Coventry come the other way. Their shot is blocked en route to net this time. Venus gets a shove, then another hit from Schistel, but it's at the blue line. It's a shot on Bounds once more. This comes off a devil stick this time. Batch with a defensive stick that sent it towards Bounds, and Bounds has to be alert once more. And the Blaze regain the puck.
It's been a great shift for Alex Forbes, number 14 in white.
A goal scorer here last time out, Forbes. Joya thought about shooting. And that was more of a slap pass, looking for the back door. It's a clever idea as another shot comes in, and this time Bounds hits it into the netting, but it's a good spell for the visitors here.
Yeah, Devils needed a whistle there as well because the Blaze are starting to run all over them. But like I was just saying, is before the Blaze enter the zone, Alex Forbes has put in a great shift, especially with his off-the-puck movement. As you saw, the puck comes across to the right-hand side. Ross Venus is chasing that down, and Alex Forbes actually comes across and plays blocker to stop Venus from getting a hit. So he had two big hits in the corner further on, and then afterwards recognizes they're short on defense and runs straight back. Smart play from him.
Shot over the bar this time. Fournier. Joya back to Noble. Joya with a pass to Ferrara at the side of the net. Now the Devils will look to gain access into the zone. Richardson fanned on that. Livingston was going towards the net. Here is Livingston. Lake. And it's offside for the Blaze. Noble just hesitated slightly. We'll get a face-off.
Yeah, just that slight hesitation at the blue line. So you have Ben Lake wide open on the right-hand side. It's unfortunate for the Blaze because with Lake right there, put that one across the ice. Ben Lake's going in, and we've seen him do it before. It's probably a 2-0 game.
And certainly a danger, Ben Lake. Schistel. Through to Martin. Forward for the Blaze. Shot in on bounds, which he hangs on to, but another good shift from the Blaze, and they are certainly looking more comfortable than they did in the first 5 minutes of this contest.
Exactly. Since getting that goal, they've really turned things on. As the Devils lose track of one of the guys there, you see Nikiforuk on the replay, just backdoor wide open. Someone's lost their man there for the Devils. They need to shore things up defensively, because right now the Blaze are running all over them.
Langley. Lays it off for Hedden. Tried to get the return and couldn't, but Hedden stops it at the blue line and now throws it to the right wing. And Clements tries to separate man from puck and can't. And you can see the urgency from the Blaze when this Devils line is out. They've certainly identified this as the danger.
Exactly. They're focusing a lot of effort right now on that line with Langley on there and Joey Martin, and it's quite rightly so. Those are two guys with a great goal-scoring touch. Now you add Mike Hedden as a good playmaker as well. That's a really difficult line for a short bench team to handle. And so far in the first period, they've done a great job shutting them down, not allowing them to get too much going. But you got to think that the tired legs are going to start kicking in, and the Devils could really turn it up with that line.
Forney. Matthew Myers. Morissette was looking for the pass. He doesn't collect it. Fournier will dump it back around for Morissette to Duggan. Breaks for Fournier. Morissette throws it across net, but no one could get a touch on it. There's been a few like that for the Devils, inches away from forcing Hackett into action.
Yeah, you see the Blaze there again, collapsing down low, getting that extra support to Matt Hackett. It could be their downfall as well. So there's a couple of times it's coming off a Blaze body as well. So that could take an awkward deflection and go across line. But you can see exactly what the Devils are trying to do right now. Crowd that crease, get a puck there, see what happens.
Batch with good work at the blue line. Now the Devils are there with a chance, and Bendevolio tried to get it onto his backhand to put it away and couldn't. Another decent chance for the Devils though. Florian. Lake took a ride of that hit in the far end, and there's a face-off as the puck's out of play.
Yeah, just at the other end of the ice there. So unfortunate for Sean Benevolio not to bury that one. I'm not sure whether or not the puck bobbled on him a little bit. It was a heavy pass for him to try and slow down. So we see another replay of it here now. Gets out of the back door, just bobbles slightly, gives Matt Hackett that time to come out and challenge him, force him to make a move that he doesn't want to do, and unfortunately just sends that one wide.
Langley tried to find a way around Brisbane, but he read it. Good work from the defenseman. Mark Lewis will send it in deep. Is there another goal for someone before this period ends? No penalties so far tonight. Haddad. Schistel. Schistel throws one and handcuffs Hackett. Pope. To Schistel. Reddick with a drive, and Pope couldn't get a clean contact with that puck, but the Devils' pressure remains. Schistel. Schistel dangles his way through and gets the net, but it's a good glove save in the end.
That's more like it for the Cardiff Devils. That's what the people in this building have paid the entrance fee for. A lot more offensive zone time and just running around that zone. I've seen it a lot so far in the first period. When that defensive pair of David Clements and Kevin Noble are out on the ice, the Devils seem to have a bit more confidence in the offensive zone. They're challenging them a bit more. They're playing a bit more creatively, as you see Schistel waltzing into the zone, getting that backhand off, but unfortunately, straight into the glove of Matt Hackett.
Fournier. Fournier off the glass. Martin will pick this up. Hedden. Hedden with a wraparound, and again, those colourful Pride jerseys were there, but the stick just couldn't make contact with the puck. Martin to Richardson. Hedden. Fournier with a drive. Good save from Hackett. Hedden. Hedden gets his pocket picked, but looks to get straight back at it. Over the blue line, Hedden. Pinned up against the boards, and now the Blaze outnumber him. And the Devils will restart. Here's Bentivoglio. Great pass from him to Dixon, but Dixon couldn't get it onto his stick. And Dixon takes a hit as well for his troubles. Bentivoglio. Langley to Schistel, was maybe thinking of getting the one-timer there. We're creeping into the last minute of play. Reddick shot cannons off a Blaze defenseman into the netting above the goal.
Credit to the Blades for sticking with it defensively there. Kevin Morris made a great poke check of the blue line against Mike Hedden to send that puck out of play, but the Devils are hungry. You can see that Andrew Lord has mixed up the line slightly. Right now I'm seeing Matthew Myers on the ice with Joey Haddad and Matt Pope, and I've seen Langley go back to a partnership with Mike Hedden, and there's a bit of a mixture right now, and it seems to be working for the Devils. They're getting a lot more zone time, winning more faceoffs as well, which is crucial.
Blaze get it out, and there's a race on. Ben Lake gets to the puck first. Good work from him. Haddad sends it on for Matthew Myers. Matthew Myers just gets a bit of his body on there as a lost stick for the Devils from Haddad causes a bit of issue. It's going to be offside for the Devils. They'll need to tag out Crowder. Last few seconds. Is there one more chance for the Blaze? That looks to be it for the first 20 minutes of action here at the Viola. A very spirited first 20 minutes. The Devils in the ascendancy in the first 5, and they were knocking at the door, just couldn't quite find their way through. And then a quick counter-attack from the Blaze. So Sean Pauly have the puck find him. He poked it past Ben Bounds, and from there, the Blaze then looked like they were the team who were going to get more goals. The Devils coming into it late in that period, but at the end of the first 20, tantalizingly poised. Coventry Blaze 1, Cardiff Devils 0.
Exactly, and the goal for the Blaze as well was definitely against the run and play at the time, but it really sparked them on to get some momentum going and try and get something out of it. And they did very well, getting shots to Ben Bounds, getting some zone time, passing it around the zone and making the Devils chase the game. But then the Devils got themselves back into it late in the first, but a little bit too late. I think if you're Danny Stewart right now, you're going to be happy with the scoreline. Andrew Lord, that 5-minute spell after the goal, you're unhappy about the rest of it. No, nothing really he can complain about.
Well, join us in 15 minutes time. We'll have first period highlights, followed by all of the second period action on Pride Night here at the Viola Arena. At the end of the first, Coventry Blaze 1, Cardiff Devils 0. from nowhere. Highlights will appear on your screens. There we are.
Magic.
And here's that positive start we talked about, Ollie, for the Devils. A couple of early sighters on Hackett.
Yeah, very early on, they just got straight to work. They had that turnover on the first few seconds, then just went to work, getting a few shots in on Matt Hackett. But he had a lot of protection throughout that period, I thought. The Blaze defense were doing a good job of cutting down any real chances for a rebound. He's not been the greatest, especially with his lateral movement. So to see them really buying in on that type of defense, it's going to tire them out a bit, but it's worked so far.
And that's what a goaltender maybe has a bit of a low confidence needs, is the players around him to rally around, and Hackett certainly seemed to settle into this game extremely quickly.
To be fair, I think both goaltenders have really settled down into this game. They're really giving each other's teams a chance to win right now. Bounds has made some crucial saves as well. He hasn't had too many of the grade A opportunities that the Devils have had right out in front of that blue paint, but he's done well when he's needed.
And yeah, that puck was just bobbling each and every way, and Paulie just managed to track it, sniffing around that goal scoring area, and puts it past Bounds.
Yeah, it's actually the trailing leg of Josh Batch, as you can see from behind the net angle, that just kicks that one out to Sean Paulie. As Alex Force made a good move as well, and there's another stick that comes in, so there's just so many sticks and bodies just deflecting that puck, and Sean Paulie does well to make sure that his stick is the last one on it and redirect that one home against the run of play. But still, as long as it crosses the line, that's all the Blaze care about.
Indeed it is, and there's a Devils chance here with Rutkiss, and really though it was the Blaze who had the best spell after they scored that goal, riding the momentum it gave them.
Yeah, they did very well, especially on the counter-attack. Whenever the Devils went down the ice, they were just a little bit lackadaisical with their passing. We see another really good opportunity there. Tim Crowder couldn't quite get that one. It's a great pass from Lake, a little bit into his feet, but if you look, Crowder's got the backhand there, then he slips it back to his forehand. With the way that Ben Bounds is going, he keeps that on the backhand. That's a 2-0 game.
Such an important save from Bounds. Such an important piece of this Devils puzzle and jigsaw. And again, puck going into the logo.
Yeah, if you look there as well, the Devils were a bit out of position. There was a man backdoors out of Nikiforicas. You see it happen down the other end as Sean Menavoto just sneaks in. Couldn't quite corral this one at the first time of asking, just bobbles and gives Hackett that chance to come out and challenge him. Couldn't quite get it on net. But the Devils, they really were a bit sloppy on defense after going a goal down. Then they really found themselves getting themselves back into the game late in that first, so they're going to need to come out with that same momentum.
And here's Schistel with a late drive in the period. And one last drive for the Devils. And Coventry fans, this one is for you. I want you to all listen up. There's a very special raffle happening based out of Cardiff to fund a Tehafen nurse for a year. And the raffle is £5 per ticket. And if you win, you will win a season ticket for your team. So it won't be a Devil season ticket you win. You will win a Coventry Blaze season ticket should you win the raffle. And you will support a very, very good cause. Tehafen were very, very supportive and a huge help for one of our own here in Cardiff, Scarlett, who sadly passed away earlier in the year. But Tehafen and the work they did with Scarlett and Scarlett's family, Claire and Chris, will never be forgotten by the Devils, and we would like to help them with the fundraising. If you go to Twitter, it's at Scarlett's Army 4, and you'll have all the details on how to buy your ticket and how to help a very, very good cause, and you can win a season ticket for your team. So please check that out, guys, at Scarlett's Army 4 on Twitter. Underway back here for the second period, and Noble comes in offside.
It's been a couple of times that the Blades have gone in offside a little bit as a fan underneath us gets a bit excited there. Not sure if anyone would have heard that as well, but Noble just gets a little bit caught on the offside there with another man on the right-hand side. But I thought in that first period, Kevin Noble had a good period. Defensively, he's not doing his usual antics. He's playing the game a bit better now. You know, he's set a career high in points for the Blaze already so far this season. It's good to see him doing well, but just a little bit too eager when it comes to that blue line.
Bounce, throws it out in front with a pass and has to make the second save, and he does so with aplomb, very aggressively coming out of his crease.
Yeah, immediately recognizes that he's just really given away a juicy turnover, comes straight out to challenge the angle. Really good recognition from him, but it's what the Devils have done a couple of times in the first period, and it's doing it again here in the second. Just a little bit too lackadaisical with their passing. You see there, it's just very casually thrown out into the center. There's no black jerseys around him, and just gives it straight to a man, but does very well to recover and make the save.
Schistel around the boards for Haddad. Haddad back to Reddick. It's a chip and chase for the Devils. Cut out by the Blaze and will send it back down. Haddad using all of his strength. It's got to be a penalty. We'll see who's going to get called here. It's going to be the Devils, who are going to sit for two. Actually, I think it's going to be one of each.
Yeah, a bit confusing there from Matthew Rose, the referee there, signaling who's going to go, but it does look as though it's going to be coincidental minors. It was definitely getting tangled up there, both off the play, trying to battle for that position to get that puck. So it'll be interesting to see what the actual calls were on that one. I personally would have thought that Haddad would have gone on that one. Didn't really see too much of Pusic did wrong.
I didn't see if the other official, I don't know if he raised his arm for an infraction as well. I don't know whether it's one referee apiece who have called this one, but we're going to have this explained to us shortly. Not sure if we can get a replay of what happened as well to maybe in the next break of play.
Yeah, definitely interested to see what the actual calls were on that one, but there's a lot more ice there now with 4-on-4.
Indeed, and the Blaze have looked good on the counter-attack, which they'll have more opportunity to do, but maybe also crucially they've looked to clog up their own zone, but it's going to be a counter-attack which they look to try and spring first of all. Nikiforuk, long stretch pass from him, and Bounds has to get a blocker on it. Chance for the Blaze, and Nikiforuk couldn't put it away, and now the Devils will spring the other way. Vendivolio. Martin trying to get away from the attentions of Braesford, can't at the moment. Fournier's shot is blocked, and it falls to a white jersey. Nikiforuk will 1-2 and just run out of room, the Blaze. Another really good chance for them. Fournier. His progress is impeded, but there's a turnover. Fournier has support, and it's a goal! A turnover that's costly for the Blaze. Leads to Mike Hedden slipping the puck 5-hole and tying things up at the Viola Arena.
That's the break that the Cardiff Devils needed early in the second period, especially on 4-on-4. If you look initially, it's a good play by Kevin Noble to take the puck away from Gleason Fournier. Then it's, I believe, Nikiforuk just gives that one away. Fournier picks it up, puts that one to Mike Hedden, who's on the opposite side, streaking in, just undresses Matt Hacker, puts that one between the legs and into the back of the net, and it's all tied up.
We mentioned in the first period with the Blaze come to rue the turnovers that they were giving away in their own zone, and thus it has come to pass early in the second period. We'll remain skating 4-on-4, of course. Chris Joya trying to get away from the attentions of Langley. He does so and gains the zone right around back to the blue line on Noble. Here's Paulie. Paulie backdoor, it's a goal! Sean Paulie with great work from behind the net, feeds to the back post, and it's put away, and the Blaze regain the lead immediately.
Absolutely fantastic response here. If you look, Sean Pauly just ducks the shoulder, goes around Mark Richardson, and Gleason Fournier is a little bit slow to react with Ben Lake coming in on the back door, and it's a fantastic pass from Sean Pauly, tape to tape to the back of the net. 2-1 Blaze straight after. It was all tied up.
A good response from the visitors. And that has certainly taken a bit of enthusiasm out of this crowd who was cheering the goal. It could get worse for the Devils here. Reddick finishes his hit. Turnover for the Blaze though, and now here's Lake again. Lake backdoor, and it's 3-1. Lake turns goal scorer to provider, and the Blaze double their advantage.
This play all starts with Kevin Noble just riding the hit along the boards. He gets a heavy hit from Bryce Reddick, but stays alive with the puck and just stays with it, finds Ben Lake, and then it's Tim Crowder on the back door. Similar to how the Blaze just scored their second one, there's a man on the back door completely left alone, and it just makes it Ben Bounds too much for him to do on that one. He's not going to stop a tap in at the back door like that, and the Blaze go up 3-1.
All the talk for our pre-game was surrounding Ben Lake and the offense that he brings, and right at the top of the Elite League scoring charts, and his influence in these last few minutes has been clear for all to see as a dad who's forward. A dad with a shot, and the rebound can't be put away. Strong work from him though. And the Devils need a response. The Blaze have looked assured going forward. Pope. Forward for Livingston. Livingston's pass a bit too far in front for a dad to collect, so Clements will sweep up for the Blaze. Turnover for the Devils in their own zone. Here's Pauly. Bendevolio has to react, but there's another white jersey around him. Blaze really have the bit between their teeth here.
Yeah, there's no real urgency defensively for the Cardiff Devils. Just far too casual in their own zone. See Josh Batch on that one. Just gives away another juicy rebound. It's completely different from what we've seen of the Cardiff Devils all season long. And the Blaze, they're going to reap the rewards from it, and they have them with a 3-1 lead right now. You know, this is a very fast offense. It's very hungry in the offensive zone. As you can see, they're cycling the puck well as well. You can't give the Blaze too much of an opportunity. That for all their defensive woes they've been having recently, offense, they haven't had a single issue with that. So you give them any opportunity, they're going to punish you.
Fournier. Into Martin. Thrown into the corner for Hedden. Richardson. Tipped. Hackett saves. Another shot comes in. This time it's over the bar. Fournier with a drive. Rebound, scores! Martin picks up the scraps and eats into the Blaze lead. It's 3-2.
Been a fascinating couple of minutes here in the Viola Arena. It's now 3-2. It's another opportunity for the Devils with Matt Hackett left a little bit unprotected there. The Blaze allow that rebound to come out. It was good work from the Devils cycling it around, and the shot comes in from Fournier. No one picking up Martin. It leaves it for Matt Hackett, who's committed to the initial shot, to slide that one past him. 3-2 game. Very interesting second period.
It's more like tennis than ice hockey at the moment. Lake receives the first warning for this face-off. And it eventually gets taken. Schistel behind his own net. An important goal for the Devils, you feel, in the context of this game. Morissette. Back to Duggan. Tries to find Myers. It's cut out by the Blaze. Reddick tried to pinch in, but doesn't get there first. Now Morissette to Duggan. Duggan with the shot, and Hackett spills it at the first time, but Cooley collects the second.
Again, you see those rebounds coming off the body of Matt Hackett there. That should be a routine save for him, but spills that one loose. Interestingly enough, the 2 goals the Devils have scored have been the 2 times that the Blaze haven't really collapsed down low and given Hackett that sort of protection. He couldn't do anything on the first one, so it's just a clean breakaway. But on that other one, they just didn't pick up the rebound, and Joey Martin slides that one through. So the Devils are going to need to really exploit that, whether or not it's the tired legs of the Blaze right now, because they are short bench on the back end. We'll see, but interesting that the last 2 times they haven't done it, they've given up a goal.
Mark Lewis puts it on net, deflected wide. Dixon with intentions to cut that one on net, and here's Dixon again. Mark Lewis. Langley is shot into the shins, and that's going to be a penalty as Langley with the interference, stopping the charge of the Blaze forward. It's the first power play opportunity of the evening, and it goes to Coventry.
Yeah, a couple of boos ringing around the arena, but there's nothing wrong with that call at all. You see Ross Venus has got the step on Langley, who's just giving up the puck on the blue line. Just puts his arm out to try and impede the progress, catches him up high in the chin area. So there's nothing wrong with that one. And the Blaze going back to work on the power play. I said this the last time the Blaze were in town. Nick Aforic is the man to watch with the man advantage, and he's out there right now.
Devils try to be aggressive at the face-off. Hasn't quite worked, but the pressure remains at the blue line, but it's fallen for Lake. He's trying to find himself a bit of room, and the Devils can't clear it. Here's Lake again. Bounce trying to track the puck, and it's fallen to the home team eventually, but that was another bit of danger for the Blaze. Here's Martin coming the other way. Didn't get the puck as deep as he'd like, and the Devils look to get a quick change. Matthew Myers is going to put the pressure on Chris Joya, but Joya finds the outlet pass. Good work from Morissette. But the Blaze will now set up. Patient power play from Coventry. Nick Aforic looking for Crowder on the other side of the ice. Nick Aforic will retain possession. To the blue line. Joya through traffic, deflected wide. Crowder, and this time Bounds saves, and Josh Batch, puck bobbles over his stick. Second time of asking, he gets something on it. Can he get the clearance at the third time of asking? He can't. Unfortunate for Batch that puck bobbled at the opportune time, but here's Morissette with a block. And this time the Devils do get it out, and that should break the back of this power play.
Yeah, great penalty kill there for the Devils. Really good at just putting sticks in lanes as they always do, and just cutting down any real opportunity for the Blaze. They were looking dangerous. They're cycling the puck perfectly on that power play, but there's just no opportunity for them to get a clean shot on net. And like you said, it's unfortunate for Batch not to be able to clear it first time of asking, but the recovery to slow things down, commit to that defense as well on the penalty kill, really kept it alive.
Coventry back into the zone, and they did have a man over. Here's Langley for the Devils. Shot in, Hackett saves. Hedden looking for the one-timer of Schistel, but Schistel fans on it. Ferrara with a good stick to stop the icing call. And now he's going to put Reddick under pressure. Langley again. Nick Aforic does a good job on him though. Clement back to Floquist. This will be offside, and that will take the play all the way back into the Coventry zone.
Yeah, Coventry, credit to them. They've come to play right now. They know what's on the line in this playoff push. They're coming here to take a scalp, get the 2 points. Devils, they start getting better defensively. That's the important thing for them right now. There's a lot more urgency in it than we saw in that penalty kill, especially. They need to translate that into 5-on-5 hockey right now. But other than that, Matt Hackey's having a little less protection. He's dealing with it well right now, but those 2 goals, that could be worrying for the Blades if they're not closing down and collapsing into the blue paint whenever the puck comes near him, as they were in the first. Could really open it up for the Devils.
Martin collects that bobbling puck and then gets Vendavolio on his way, and there's a defensive stick that almost took the puck goalwards. Fournier gets turned over at center ice, but Richardson is there to deputise for him. And a good stick at the blue line as well.
Yeah, good response as well from Fournier. After that puck gets turned over there, there's a potential 2-on-1 break. Fournier is closing in to cover Tim Crowder, but does very well to respond and actually take away the passing opportunity to that man wide open on the left.
A loose pass from Joey Haddad sends Coventry on the offensive. And they are scrapping to regain possession, which they do. Another puck fired in, this time Barnes with a save, and now there's a couple of hacks and slashes at the back door. Now a stick in the face, but not seen by the officials.
Yeah, Sean Pauly had 2 sticks in the face on the same pasture play there. Very unfortunate for the Blades not to be on a power play right now.
Here's Livingston. Livingston can't get the puck back as Langley came storming in, but the Devils have turned it over. Reddick with a bit of room, and it's a good save by Hackett again. Langley with a lovely pass to Dixon into Hedden, and Hackett just throws the puck back out. Reddick's pinched in. He's done well. Devils with a bit of room, and they can't find that killer pass out in front.
Yeah, you can see what the Blades are doing again right now, collapsing down low whenever the Devils have a dangerous opportunity there. A couple of times, Matt Hackett a little bit risky to play that puck after the initial stop, but he was fighting that puck the entire way. So you can see the Blades have really recognized they need to get back down, close things off, because the Devils, when they're in the ascendancy like they were on that shift, they can really punish you.
Hedden in a real good scoring chance area. Denied by Hackett. Martin attempted to keep the play alive, but couldn't, and now Morris moves forward, Bounds with a good save. Fournier turned over at the blue line, uncharacteristic for him, and Bounds called into action again. The Blaze doing a real good job of causing uncertainty with the Devils' outlet pass out of the zone. Martin to Richardson. The Devils are going for a change here, so Haddad's going to have to do a lot of work on his own, which he's adept at doing. Still with it, Haddad, and Clemens gets good body position on him in the end. Fortuitous bounce for the Devils. And now they've got a bit of room to operate. Rutgers has his head up, finds Morissette. Morissette just looking for a couple of bodies in the way, and he's found another one clattering off the shin pad. And it's fallen for the blaze through Morris. He's got Josh Batch for company. The Devils again play themselves into a little bit of trouble as Rutkiss looks to pick up the loose puck. And the Devils will change it up.
Yeah, Matthew Myers maybe should have tried to go after that puck himself. Rutgers had a lot of distance to cover to try and get to that one. Myers was in prime position to get that one and keep possession for the Devils.
Bounced as well, tight to his post. Mark Lewis just putting a bit of pressure on Lake. Falls kindly for Dixon. Hedden. Dixon to Langley. It's fallen for Dixon, who couldn't put it away. It's going to be a penalty on the Blaze. The Devils' power play will go to work for the first time tonight.
That's one of those necessary penalties, though. As that puck spilling loose, Stephen Dixon's the first one to react. If he gets any contact on that, that's very little chance Matt Hackett has of stopping that one. So it's actually a very smart play by Tim Crowder just to take the stick away, take that option away from Stephen Dixon. Yes, okay, you go on the penalty kill afterwards, but he's at least saved the goal on that one.
Blaze getting early clearance. And Bounds with a long stretch pass. Gets his team moving. Pope. Fournier. Back down to Joey Martin. Looking for the one-timer. Now Pope with the drive, rebounds out, and it's Martin who ties it up on the power play. It's 3 apiece.
Credit there to Sean Benevodio with great recognition to not try and take that rebound as a shot, but play that calmly across to Joey Martin on the backdoor. He stands on the initial attempt, the puck comes back in. You look, he's got that opportunity to go for the shot himself, but Joey Martin's there. Gives that slight look out of the corner of his eye, finds him, and Martin, he's a goal scorer. He's not missing an easy one like that. It's all tied up here.
Sean Benevolio's dad is often telling him to shoot the puck more. The little cameo there, though, of maybe why Benevolio doesn't always do it is because he had such great presence of mind, as you pointed out, only to pick that pass from Martin, who was never going to miss.
It's just a little deft look from him there, just out the corner of his eye to recognize he's got a man there and puts it tape to tape as well, just to add to extra showboating on that one.
Turnover. Blaze have a chance. Lake tried to be provider again, and every time he's on the ice, Ben Lake, you can sense that the Devils are a little bit worried. Raisvin tried to get himself onto the forehand and get a shooting chance, and the Blaze with a good pushback shift after losing that goal.
I think Danny Stewart's going to be really proud of his team tonight. Every single time they surrender the goal, they've done a great job responding with an attack of their own. It's like we said several times, their offense is incredible so far this season. They're doing a great job. It's keeping pucks out the net that's been the issue. And their offense, again, tonight has been absolutely on fire. They're making some really good opportunities. They've got all their big guns going, so it's making for one hell of a game.
Richardson. Langley looking to get it back to the blue line. Fournier to Hedden. Langley. Dixon with a little twirl off of the backboards. Managed to fashion himself a real good scoring chance. Now the Devils with another chance. I think that hit the post. Fournier rung the iron on that, I believe.
Yeah, it just comes off the crossbar. There's great recognition between him and Langley to do that 1-2 approach and just ring that one off the red post. That's one Matt Hackett's going to be very grateful. Whether or not he does a Marc-Andre Fleury and taps his post and says thank you, as the Vegas Golden Knights goaltender tends to do, we'll see.
Matthew Myers bulldozing his way through. It's going to be an interference call, and the Blaze will go back on the penalty killers. Matthew Myers and Sean Pauly have a little to and fro, and the Devils will be careful not to give up this advantage. See if we can get another look at what happened here.
So Brinnisfin going to the box there. I thought both of them were hooking each other on that one, so I'll have to have another look at that one. If you looked at...
Yeah, it's his body position, I think, that's given that one.
Yeah, they both got their sticks in each other's bodies. I think Matthew Myers is in more of a delicate area, though. So whether or not he should get 2 for that, I don't know. But I think it's a bit harsh for the Blaze to be on a penalty kill right now.
It's an interference call, and I think it's that action of moving into his skating lane. That's the reason that that's been given. Can the Devils strike again on the man advantage? Matthew Myers is going to get himself camped in that crease area. Marty clatters that one off Noble. Pope. Fournier. Fournier fires and finds its way through, and the Devils take the lead in an exhilarating second period.
This has been one hell of a second period of hockey here in the Viola Arena. Gleason Fournier puts the Devils up 4-3. It's a great shot, cuts to the middle there, waits a little bit to use that screen to set up out in front with Matthew Myers and Sean Ventivoglio parked out in front of Matt Hackett, and now he just sails over the glove side of the Blaze goaltender for the Devils' first lead of the evening.
It's feeling a lot like last week, Ollie.
Yeah, definitely. I think the first period the Blaze came out on top, same as Sheffield did last week. I thought the Devils had a good first period, a few silly mistakes which are growing into the game now, and they're really starting to take control a little bit. That power play for the Devils is lethal as well, so the Blaze need to really stay out the box.
We'll take a look in the period break at the infraction that caused the power play. I think me and you might have a little disagreement as to whether that is a good call or a bad call, as the Blaze come into the Devils zone and Bounds puts a glove on it.
Yeah, with that penalty, I'll have to have another look at it during the period break to see whether or not where I actually stand on it. I thought in real time it looked as though, to me, I thought Matthew Myers was going to the box, to be honest with you. But we'll have another look at it. I might change my mind, probably won't.
I hope you don't. I can get some practice in for an argument before I go home to the wife.
Oh, I hope she doesn't watch this.
She's in the stands, it's fine. Hedden. Just hope Ada doesn't cut the highlights with that left in.
You're a braver man than I am for saying that in public.
So as we tick down past the 90 seconds left mark of this second 20 minutes, is there more goals in this one? There's been 6 of them in the second period already. The Blaze through, and there is one! A tying goal late in the period from who else but Ben Lake. It's 4 apiece.
Ben Lake just doing Ben Lake things there. Just comes in on the right-hand side, flicks that puck up in the air over a stick and just takes a shot. Just a fantastic goal there. Wow, just flicks it up, calms the puck down and gets a quick shot off. That's really quiet in the crowd down here, but that's one hell of a highlight reel goal.
It is indeed. Well, that's changed a couple of team talks, hasn't it?
Definitely. I think Danny Stewart's going to be the happier of the two coaches right now. The way his team has played offensively has been fantastic once again.
It could be worse here for the Devils. It could be better for the Blaze. That's a tip. And I think that may have hit the iron as well.
Yeah, that definitely came off the iron there.
Morissette. Blaze scramble it out. What a contest we've had between these two rivals. Myers. It's going to be icing with 9 seconds remaining. Maybe one last roll of the dice for the Blaze.
Yeah, Brinison with a little bit of retribution there on Matthew Myers, who's a bit slow to get up after that one. Just dumped him at the red line. Good hit, just forces Matthew Myers to ice the puck. But Brinison, even after that, getting the icing call, he's screaming at the linesman. I'm not sure why.
He's still having a little conversation. Maybe he felt the collision with Myers deserved something extra, I'm not sure. Wow, I'm not even going to try and summarize all of the goals in that period. There were 7 of them that has left this game all even. The Devils' power play running at 100% so far tonight, getting 2 of the goals. But the Blaze, after squandering a 2-goal advantage, hit back right at the death knell of the second period. Ben Lake, who's got 2 assists and a goal tonight, fired it glove side. And we end 4 apiece. Ollie, this is anyone's game going into the third.
I wouldn't like to call this one. It's going to be an exciting third period. A 4-all scoreline. I wouldn't really expected that coming into this game. But, you know, credit to the Blaze. They've come to play. They've come very, very physical. They've come with good offense. The Devils, they've had a few mistakes that that have cost them a little bit in the way of goals so far. But they've responded well themselves. Got a few on the score sheet. But 20 minutes to go, like you said, Gaz, this is anyone's.
Get yourself comfy because there is more drama up ahead in this third period. We'll be back in about 15 minutes time with, well, probably 15 minutes worth of highlights based on what happened in that period, and then all of the third period action. Get yourselves comfortable. It's in for a cracker of a third period here at the Viola. So let's have a look at the goals from the second period. I haven't got much time for much else. A lot of goals in that period, and it started with a turnover for the Devils to make it 1-1.
Yeah, just a costly turnover there for the Blaze to give up, and then it's Fournier just with a good pass to see heading coming in on the left-hand side, and just see that just opens up the legs of Matt Hackett. Does well to get a piece of it, but that's just ultimately going to trickle behind him and across the net. But Blaze, fair play to them, they responded strong.
They certainly did, and it's 4-on-4 at this stage. It is Ben Lake with the first of his 2 goals today.
It's just very strong play going behind the net by Sean Pauly, and it's just tape to tape. You see Fournier, he's reacting just a little bit too slow there to really get anything on Ben Lake, whether or not he thought he's going to go more into the central area, not to that back door area, but it is that's where the Blaze got their heads.
And here's Lake with a lovely assist to Crowder, who couldn't miss.
Yeah, lovely pass there from Ben Lake, but it all started with Kevin Noble along the boards. It's fantastic. I think Kevin Noble's having one of the best games I've ever seen him play. But that was just a great pass there from Ben Lake, tape to tape. Crowder, all he has to do is leave his stick there. He doesn't have to do anything, but Lake's done all the work for him.
2 assists for Noble tonight. And Joey Martin got it back 3-2, picking up the rebound after Fournier's initial shot.
Exactly. There's been a few juicy rebounds coming off Matt Hackett there. He doesn't quite see that one all the way, and Martin's going to make no mistake and slot that one past him. There's just no one there to pick Martin up. A few too many guys watching Fournier on the puck. He's a danger man, so that's why they're watching him, but it just comes out a bit too costly.
And having fanned on the initial chance, Bentavolio with a lovely no-look pass. He knows exactly where Martin's going to be, and Martin ties the game up at 3-3.
Yeah, you can see the chemistry there. He's selling that a dummy. Everyone's thinking shoot there, but the only person who's not, well, the only two people who aren't thinking Bentavolio is shooting on that one is Bentavolio and Joey Martin, who grabbed his second there. Fantastic work.
And here's the penalty that led to the next power play goal. Now for me, Ollie Braithwaite knows what he's doing there. He sees that there's a skating lane and he adjusts to move into that skating lane.
Yeah, I haven't watched it again a couple of times. I can see that Brinnisman does engage with Myers first. Myers, all he's got to do there is battle for that body position. Brinnisman comes off worse for it, so maybe that's why I thought maybe Myers was going to the box at the time, but I haven't watched that again. Yeah, I think that was the right call, actually.
And the Devils punished the Blaze on that power play. Fournier floating a puck over the glove hand. The Devils took the lead for the first time.
Calm as you like wrist shot here from Fournier. You see, he just flexes down, just puts that pressure on the lower half of the stick, flex it, generates that power, and that's just going to sail over the glove hand of Matt Hackett, who had a lot of traffic out in front of him, so there's not much he could do.
But the Blaze still had a trick up their sleeve, and Ben Lake, with his second of the game, tied it up at 4-4.
Yeah, the Blaze had a trick up their sleeve, and Ben Lake, he's got several tricks up his sleeve. Just look at that for control. Fantastic work, just backhand that into the air, just to try and fake out the defenseman and get the goal to end it off. Highlight reel.
Let's get straight back into the third period. At the next break in play, we will have some more information about the Scarlet Raffle, and we'll see if we can get that up on the screens for you. Fournier. One-timer, and it was fanned, but the Devils gain possession back. Is Martin looking for some space, and it's across the crease. Richardson. Devils with a chance off the bar. That iron has had some wearing out tonight.
Yeah, the posts are working overtime tonight. Devils very unlucky on that one. Cycling the puck brilliantly to start this third.
Martin. The home team's come out hungry. Excellent work by Duggan. You'll receive that puck back. Gets a little cross check, but maintains the pressure. There's Noble, the wily veteran. Calm as you like, trying to ease his team out of trouble. Morissette on the backhand, and the Devils can't find the rebound, and the Blaze chip out.
I think that might be in the stick of Kevin Noble just denied Sam Duggan backdoor. I thought Sam Duggan had a great shift. You see, he got in the head of Ben Lake. So he come around with a lot of aggression around the net, but later clean hit in the end. But credit to the Blaze, they were out there for a very long time. A lot of tired legs to stay with that play and help out their goalie.
It's fallen to Morris through, and that shot was a good one, but it just wasn't on target. Dixon with a strong stick, but it's a rebound out in front. Morris again in and around bounds, and now it's the Blaze's turn to put some pressure on, but the Devils break out. Langley to Dixon. Reddick with a drive. Hackett saves through a host of bodies. Strong work there from Haddad. Langley can't quite get it onto his forehand. A real sense of urgency from the Devils, though.
Yeah, you can see they don't want to give up another goal because they know exactly how quickly the Blaze can break. They want to get this first one in the third period, and they want to put this game to bed early on.
Turnover. The Blaze Good diving play there, but it falls to Noble. Noble forces Bounds to get the pad out. The Devils don't get it out of their zone. Reddick to Pope, and now there is a bit of time and space for the Devils to work. Pope rims that one around the boards for Livingston. Livingston into the slot area. Fournier wide. Richardson puts it on Hackett. Bentivoglio to Richardson. Bentivoglio back round to Hedden. Fournier trying to find Bentivoglio, who was steaming forward for a one-timer. A little trip there. And I looked at the second referee, who had the whistle to his mouth but didn't give it. Backhand, and it's there! Hedden makes the pressure tell. The Devils inch into the lead once more.
Like you just said, guys, the pressure is all that starts this one off. Fantastic start to the third period by the Cardiff Devils. Come out with a real sense of urgency. They do very well as well. There's a bit of a non-call on that one, but they stay with the play. They play to the whistle, and Hedden gets a fortuitous bounce there and keeps control of the puck after it skips over the stick of Davy Clements and just backhands that one past Matt Hackett. 5-4. What a game of hockey.
I don't think we're done with the scoring yet either.
Especially with the way the Coventry react whenever they go a goal down. I would not be surprised to see a face off a centre ice very shortly.
What time's the face-off in this game? Every few minutes, by the looks of things. It's going to be a penalty on the Devils. 2 minutes for Jake Morissette. While we're waiting for the replay here.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that myself, but it is going to be a chance for the Blaze to really get themselves a quick response, as they have done. They've got a good power play unit themselves. Ben Lake's out there. Of course he is. He's going to be out there for 60 minutes if he had the legs to do it. I'm sure he'd want to, though. But it's a good opportunity for the Blaze to tie this one up.
And he just took a bit of a nasty whack as well. He looks okay, though. Chris Joy. Lewis. Richardson can't get to the puck first. Crowder tips it on. Crowder. Lovely play on there from Lake, who's now looking to be active. Joyer at the blue line, and it's found its way through. There is more goals in this contest. It's 5 apiece.
It's exactly what you expect from the Coventry Blaze. Their attack has been fantastic all season long. They get themselves tied up here with a power play goal. It's a shot from the point from Chris Joy. I'm not sure whether or not Ben Lake may get a touch on it. He's floating around that slot area. They both point at each other, basically trying to figure out who actually got the final touch on that. I'm not sure. Either way, Lake's involved in the play again, putting in one hell of a man of the match performance.
Wow, it's very unusual we get proven right in the commentary box, sorry, but we did say there's more goals than this, and it wouldn't be long before another centre ice face-off was taking place.
I wish we give ourselves a pat on the back. We got that one spot on.
Hit at the blue line by the Devils. Tipped on by Reddick. Now the Blaze move forward again. Bounds with a save. Is out in front. What a save by Bounds. The rebound was a juicy one. But the Cardiff goaltender comes to his team's aid with a brilliant pad save. Now Schistel. The play breaks. Braceman. Good poke check. Crowder. Turnover. Great defensive recovery. And a good physical bump, and there's a player down in the far corner for the Devils. No whistle on the play at the moment.
Gleason Fournier as well. He's back on his feet now, coming back into the zone, but he looks very banged up.
Fournier's gone straight to the bench. And straight down to the changing room as well. Worrying signs for the Cardiff Devils defenseman.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that one. That was off the play, I believe, but we'll keep an eye on him, see if he returns to the game. It was a good passionate play there from Tom Drutkish just to put the pressure on, which forced that turnover, but it was a great defensive play. I think it might have been David Clements, actually, just putting his body on the line and blocking that one.
Mark Lewis heading on to Dixon, who hits the blue line, and now there's going to be a penalty on the Blaze. And as the players go into the box, we'll try and get that tweet up for the Scarlet's Army raffle.
Yeah, well, so it was as clear as a tripping call, and Devils going back on the power play there. There's probably a few more goals in this one.
We mentioned about the Scarlet's Army raffle, and because the hockey family is so delightful, Blaze Block 3 Rach, and you'll see her Twitter handle there. She will have tickets available at the Sky Dome to buy from her in person. So please tweet Blaze Block 3 Rach for any information there, and thank you so much, Rachel, for giving us that information, and thank you for selling those tickets. As I said, the hockey family is a great community to be a part of.
Yeah, a great community, and Rach there being a prime example of it. Thank you very much to you, Rach.
I'm assuming you can find her in Block 3. But we're back underway here. Martin to Schistel. Schistel. Back to Martin. The Devils' power play has been very effective. Pope, and that's deflected over the netting, and we'll reset.
Yeah, the Devils' power play has been fantastic again tonight, but they're having to do it without Gleason Fournier right now. He's still, in fact, he's just coming back to the bench now, so whether or not he'll make everything I've just said pointless, we'll see. He's on the ice, so he has. Ignore me.
That'll teach us for getting one right.
Yeah, the hockey gods are not forgiving.
Here is Fournier. It's rocketed off the stick of Pope. Fournier. Martin. Martin down low. It's a good stick from the Blaze, but a good recovery from the Devils. Pope with a drive, and so many bodies in front of Hackett. He gets up a little bit gingerly, the Blaze goaltender as well. Pope with another chance. This one's over the bar.
Yeah, Matt Hackett's shouting something at the referees right now. Matthew Myers went right to the blue paint and made a bit of a collision with him. Not sure how malicious that was, or if there was anything that could have gone with a penalty, but Matt Hackett's staying in the game right now. He looks okay, just possibly a little bit of shock after having a big body like Matthew Myers on top of you.
The Devils maybe forcing their power play just a little bit in these last few seconds. Hedden gets the jump on Braceman. Hedden! And this one's gone over the bar.
It's in the net, just the wrong one. That's the only issue with that one. But it was good play there from Head, just with steam on the left-hand side. But it's like you said, it's almost like they're fighting the power play at this point. They haven't really got set up too much. There's not been too much on Matt Hackett and the rest of the Blaze defense to do so far. So it's a good kill for them, but it's more of a bad power play, I'd say.
There were a couple of looks at goal, but the Blaze return to full strength. And Schistel is powering up ice. Schistel! He had totally fooled everyone on the ice, including his teammates. But he had fashioned a chance, and now it's come the other way for the Blaze. Bounds gets a piece of that. Hedden's looked really up for this game. He loses out that time in the contest, but he looks up for this. It's a break for the Blaze. Morris, that's a good recovery from Batch. Morris still with it. It's out in front. Nikiforuk can't get enough on it. It was an open net for Nikiforuk if he could have got puck possession. And the Devils a little bit all 6s and 7s at the back at the moment. Kept him well at the blue line, but there's a battle on and the Devils are scrapping for it. Breaks for the Blaze though. Clements. Lake looking to pull a similar move that he did at the end of the second period, but Livingston is equal to it this time. Drive from Myers, saved by Hackett. Myers to Richardson. Fournier. Myers with a knuckle puck, and it takes a couple of deflections wide. Fournier. And it breaks for Coventry. Good back checking from Matthew Myers.
Yeah, great shift there from Matthew Myers. Really good on the offensive work, and as usual, great defensively as well. He's a good two-way guy, showing his worth there. Fantastic shift for him. And a couple of passes to play before that, it was Ivan Pusic was a crucial block to try and stop any attack there for the Cardiff Devils. It's really good work from both sets of defenses right now.
Vital face-off win for the Blaze. Bentavolio trying to get it to Hedden. Hedden with another attacking intent, but it's a good defensive play to knock it off of his stick. Mark Lewis was steamrollering through, and now Coventry. Forbes. It's a bit of a wild one. It's going to fall for Lewis, who is still high, and he's just going to maraud forward. Good stick from Schistel. Martin had a sight of goal, but Braesford gets over with a stick.
That's something that the Blaze are doing very, very well in the last 5 minutes or so. Just getting that stick in the right lane, just to deflect the puck out of play. They've been using their bodies to do it as well. They're really helping out Matt Hackett right now, because Joey Martin, he's playing absolutely outstanding. You'd bet on him to maybe complete the hat trick tonight, but if it wasn't for Braesford, it may have happened just there.
A warning for Joey Martin. Now he is Langley. Reddick. Martin spinning and twirling and asking for a tripping call, but nothing given. Martin with a good poke check, and he's going to come forward, but he gets pinned up against the boards. Schistel. Big baseball swing on the Blaze isn't effective, but they do it the second time of asking, get out, and it was a high stick in the end. Otherwise, they would have had another sniff of a counter-attack.
Yeah, that's really intelligent there from Schistel. He recognises that there's going to be a whistle for high sticking, but if he doesn't play that puck well, as soon as it lands, Kevin Morris is in on a breakaway. So just gets a bit of a touch to draw that whistle, so neither plays a chance for a breakaway. Yes, okay, it gives them an offensive zone face-off, but they've still got to win it to have any use of it.
Morissette. Pope. Coventry scratch and claw their way out of their zone. Pope. To Morissette. Puts it right on net, and Hackett again wasn't particularly confident that he had that puck under control, but eventually puts a paw on it.
You can see what the Devils are doing. They're shooting low. They're going for those rebounds because they are tending to be quite juicy coming off Matt Hackett. His rebound control leaves a lot to be desired so far in this game. But if you look, you've got a man coming down to the middle, and Morissette lets the shoot and maybe go for that rebound out in front. Hackett does well enough to slow that one down, but that could have sprung straight into the slot and an easy goal.
Something Coventry are doing really well at the moment is winning these face-offs in vital areas. Fournier springs Bendevolio, and it's going to be icing in the end. Another win in the draw for the Blaze. Off the backboards. Save from Bounds. Paulie trying to get it onto his forehand, and now good pressure at the blue line from Bendevolio, and he'll scurry forward. Good pressure from Hedden. Florian. Down to Paulie. Batch got the puck caught in his feet a little bit. And now Mark Lewis.
Yeah, Batch just a little bit too hesitant on that one, just nearly gave up another turnover. But defensively, Batch has been very good tonight. Really breaking down a lot of stuff. It's just his on the puck play that's been a little bit lackluster tonight.
Dixon pins his man up against the boards. A good stick from the Devils, but Coventry seem more than happy to soak up the pressure, almost. Batch. Off the balls from Livingston. A nervous tension in this arena as we head into the last 5 minutes. Nikiforuk with a drive. And it's a glove on it from Ben Bounds. Morissette thought he may have got a little touch on it, but he hasn't. It's going to be an icing call.
Yeah, that's one player that the Devils have done very well at trying to close down. That's Nikiforuk. He's had a few sniffs at goal. A couple earlier in the period, he had a backdoor tap in that he couldn't quite get enough on. But for the rest of it, the Devils done a really good job of closing him down. He's an electric player for the Blades. He's got 10 games straight with a point now. I think he's on about 16 points in that span as well. So for him to be held off the score sheet right now shows the Devils are doing something right defensively. But they just need to shut down Ben Lake because, well, I don't know if you can.
Crowder. Forward flick, it's going to be a penalty. Schistel's going to take the interference. Much like the Breisven one, very similar. And with 3:58 left in the game, this could be a vital turning point in this contest.
Exactly, and it's like I just said then, you can't really shut Ben Lake down easily. That's what Schistel's trying to do there, just rev him out against the boards, but he takes a penalty for it. I don't see anything wrong with this at all. The puck, they're both battling for it. Schistel goes to the body. He's not even looking at the puck until after Ben Lake's already on the ice, but like you said, this could be vital in the game. They've already got a power play goal themselves, but Ben Lake straight back out there. This is going to be a test for the Devils.
Lake. One-timer fanned by Boquist, but gains possession. Richardson gets something on it. Mark Lewis diving to get a stick on it also. Right out in front, Bounds makes the save. And with the Blaze player taking out the net, play's going to reset.
Yeah, lucky break there for the Devils as well, because Lewis didn't quite get enough on that to get down out the zone. Crowder had possession of the puck, but you can see the Blaze, they've got a clear idea of what they want to do. They're operating on that left-hand side of the ice, cycling the puck up towards the blue line, then playing it back down low to the man on the goal line. Whether or not they're trying to go for that backdoor pass to Ben Lake there, or just try and go out in front and do a wraparound attempt, they've got a real identity of what they want to do. The Devils done a good job shutting it down, though.
Blaze win that draw again, though. Crowder, blue line, and Bounds catches it after it hits the back wall.
Yeah, smart play there as well. Just to slow that one down, get a whistle, just try and eat away a couple of seconds if you can tie them up on the face-off here. But like you said, face-offs are vital, especially on the power play. And the Blaze, they're doing a great job in the docks tonight.
Paulie wins it, but the Devils break, and it's a 3-on-2 if they want to use it. Richardson finds the trailing man, and Hackett saves on the short-handed chance, and Batch had pinched up, and Morris comes the other way, right through the middle. The Devils get a stick on it, but it's going to stick for the Blaze in the zone. Venus. Paulie. Breisven, one-timer, and Batch with a lovely block and a clearance. Gingerly sweeps to the bench. Ferrara just about gets over the blue line in time. Venus ribs it around the boards. Reddick to Myers. Myers has support. He finds it. Morissette. Morissette! He scores! It's a short-handed goal from the captain. And with 2 minutes left, the Devils have taken a late lead.
We said that power play could have been crucial, but we just didn't expect it to be the other way. It's great work down low by the Devils to buy in, cut away any chance of their pass coming through. And Matthew Myers, you can see he's taking a dump in that puck, but he sees Morissette is aggressive. He's high on that forecheck, as they have been all penalty kill all game, every season. And then Matt Hackett does very well. So aggressive, so far out that blue paint, a little bit overcommitted to the shot, makes the initial stop, but leaves himself in a very vulnerable position. Morissette is not going to miss sweeping it in from there.
That goal was all about composure. Composure from Matthew Myers. Composure from Jake Morissette, the captain. And wow. In a game that's had almost everything. A short-handed goal with a couple of minutes left. I guess we shouldn't be surprised.
I think this game's had everything but a fight, possibly.
Turnover for Livingston with a drive. Loose again. Hackett just can't seem to keep a hold of this puck. But the Blaze come the other way, and you just wouldn't be surprised. There's a equalizer in the offing here.
Well, that's the one thing about the Coventry Blaze they've shown over recent weeks. They do not know when a game's over. They know the game's over when that final buzzer goes, but they don't think they're out of it until it does.
Nikiforuk. Devils clear it off the glass, and Hedden will collect this, will stop Hackett getting to the bench. Just where the Devils want this puck. They'd be happy to just keep this here as long as they can. Morissette's on the ice. Dixon a little bit off it. Hackett's looking at the bench. The Blaze come through with Lake. Nikiforuk. The net is empty. Hedden just trying to let that puck run across his body. Mark Lewis pinning his man up against the boards. Lewis will chip this one off. Can the Devils put this one to bed? Hedden. He doesn't. He's killed a few seconds, but there's one more chance. No, there's not. Bendevolio. Chance! And they can't put it away, Martin. But they've killed enough seconds to kill this game down. It's 3, 2, 1. And the champions, right at the death, pick up a valuable 2 points in the Elite League. It finishes Cardiff Devils 6, Coventry Blaze 5.
Wow, what a fantastic game of hockey we've just witnessed. Unbelievable offensive work by both sides. If you're a fan of goaltenders, maybe it's not your game to watch, but if you're a fan of goals being scored, that was an absolute thriller. Credit to the Coventry Blaze, hung in there, stuck with it right until the bitter end. So that's a valuable 2 points for the Cardiff Devils, because right now the Belfast Giants are 7-2 up over the Guildford Flames. So that's a crucial win.
It is indeed, but you've got to tip your hat to the visitors, Ollie. That's the most cruel way to lose a game. And, well, on the balance of it, maybe a result they didn't deserve. But it's just, we talk about those championship minutes and those championship situations. Tonight just summed up why the Devils have won so many trophies over the past few years.
Exactly. They just have that bite to their game. They play with such aggression in terms of their offensive ability. They just try and pepper pucks on nets, and they're so smart at recognizing goaltending tendencies. It's what they did to Matt Hackett. They exploited that a lot tonight, shooting for rebounds, knowing that he's going to give them up. But credit to the Coventry Blaze. They've done it so often recently. They do not quit. They did not quit again today. If I'm Danny Schuer, okay, I'm disappointed that we're not getting any points, but I'm not unhappy with the performance.
For Coventry fans, I'm sure they've been looking at the scores all around tonight as well. Manchester dropping points. Dundee have got a point, and Sheffield are 2-1 up against the Nottingham Panthers in the third, and that would be a cruel 2 points for Sheffield to get from a Coventry perspective.
Exactly. I think Coventry right now, they're in the thick of it. I don't think they're going to miss out on the playoffs at all, but they're definitely going to have their eyes on the scoreboard.
I would ask you man of match for the Blaze, but I think there's only one winner tonight, isn't there?
Yeah, it's Ben Lake.
Simple as that. And Lake does indeed pick up the beers. It was an imperious performance from the Blaze talisman. Had a bit of everything.
Just an unbelievable performance. That highlight reel goal. Fantastic movement off the puck, on the puck. He's a great player. I'm sure the Coventry Blaze fans will want to keep hold of him, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some of the bigger clubs sniffing around for his signature, but hopefully he stays with the Blaze, because it's great to see a guy like that in that team.
Tip your hat to the Coventry Blaze, who really played their part tonight in their quest for playoff points. They leave the ice clapping their fans, and we wish the Coventry Blaze players, management and fans a very safe journey home. We'll see them again this season.
Yeah, there's a lot of Blaze fans in the stands over in Block 12. There usually is. They travel well. I've always enjoyed whenever the Blaze are in town. You know, there's that extra bite to the games over the years. You know, remember the classic with Ben Olsen, Devin Didiamiti, those fun days. But, you know, credit to the Blaze. They did great, and they got a great fan base traveling down. So wish them all well getting home tonight.
And if you want to hear more about past Coventry Blaze and Cardiff Devils wars, it's the Tough Guys episode of Behind the Bench with Neil Francis, hosted by Gareth Hewish and John Donovan. So available on iTunes and Spotify now. Thanks for setting that up, Paul.
You're welcome.
Man of the match for the Devils for you, sir?
I'm going to say Joey Martin, the man just coming over to take his kit off in front of the crowd. Well, take his shirt off at least. But, you know, I thought he had a fantastic game. So close to getting a hat-trick. I think if he'd buried that empty netter right at the end, I think that would actually only be the second hat-trick the Devils have scored this year. Matt Pope got the first. I don't remember anyone else getting one.
So he breezed through the formalities of the shirt off his back. Of course, all of the Pride shirts will be auctioned after this game as well.
May as well use this time to discuss why I'm going to be wrong about man of the match.
I don't think he'll get the nod, but Sean Bedivolio tonight was very key in a number of different situations, both offensively and defensively. And I think if you look back over the game tape, he's a big pivotal reason why the Devils got the 2 points.
Yeah, I thought that he had a fantastic game as well. And it was very unselfish play for him as well. He had a chance of getting a goal on that empty netter, but he gave it to Joey Martin to go for that hat-trick. But it was just that pass to Joey Martin for that goal, that no-look pass. It was just unbelievable vision from him. You know, Benivolu's a fantastic little player for the Devils, and they're so much better with him on the ice with confidence as well. One thing I noticed as well is in the second period, Andrew Lord really mixed up the lines a little bit and then come back out for the third, back to how they were. So just setting that one up for the post-game interviews.
I'll be sure to ask. So, man of the match announcement is imminent. And it's another 2-goal man, Mike Hedden, who gets the Bears for, I think, the second home game in a row.
Yeah, I think he got man of the match last week, but he also had a chance to finish a hat-trick on that empty netter, but couldn't quite get it after some good defensive pressure from the Blaze. I would have said Joey Martin myself, but Mike Hedden, again, I didn't pick him last week, but he is deserving of it. You know, I thought that last week he would have been one of the ones I picked. I can't remember who I picked, to be honest with you. But I just know it wasn't him because I never get it right.
And with the Pride jerseys, the Devils will have a team photo before focusing on Guildford away tomorrow in another vital clash. No webcast there, of course, so flash scores and Twitter will be heavily refreshed by all of the Devils fan base. But the Devils, when they needed it most, got the points on the board. IceTime.TV will return next week when the Milton Keynes Lightning are in town. I won't be here. I'm sure the viewers will be delighted to hear. So it'll be Ollie, yourself, and Jamie Elson on the mic next week. So enjoy that one.
I will. I didn't know you weren't going to be here. I'm going to miss you.
Thank you. I'm glad someone does. So yeah, Milton Keynes next Saturday. Face off at 7 p.m. on IceTime.TV. We're going to wait for another photo to take place here, followed by a very Pride-induced bouncy wave. But for me, Gareth Hewish, on behalf of Ollie Hampson and all of the IceTime.TV team, thank you ever so much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed your hockey wherever you are. Good night.